Okay, so the lens is cracked. There's nothing I can really do about the video quality. But, just real briefly, okay, you cannot trust anybody in the media. Anybody. Okay? And pretty much a good rule of thumb is the more successful they are, the more well-known they are, the less you can trust them. But you can't trust any of them. Okay? Like, just taking politics, for example, I just really briefly popped onto this influencer named Anomaly, a sort of right-wing, long-haired influencer, because the right wing they're like rappers and long-haired hippies now for some reason. Okay? I'm just sort of listening to him, and he's like praising Elon Musk for defending the First Amendment. Okay? It's wild. It's wild. It's like he didn't listen to a word Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai told him. Okay, look. I have a whole lot of trying not to die to take care of. I'm just being melodramatic, but not really. It's kind of not an exaggeration. But, yeah, I don't really have time, or I just can't. I just really can't be creating and then teaching a curriculum and then speaking the curriculum of everything that you have to know. Okay, this world is really the power system. You know, if you understand how the power and control system works worldwide, certainly in what we call the Western world, which is basically the whole planet, everything except for tribal villages. Like it's a Gordian knot. It can take decades, even for the most intelligent and philosophically disciplined and fortunate and lucky of people. It can take decades to try to decipher how that works. Most people don't even try. And most of the people that do try, they just they only find out so much, and then as long as their belly's full and they're, you know, they have butter on their bread, they just stop there. They don't go any further, right? They don't have like a real need for truth, right? But there are people in the world, I'm one of them, Dr. Shiva is another one, who've spent decades trying to figure out what the hell's really going on. In his case, he's developed a whole curriculum, okay? Not just about the power structure, but all the shit that you need to know, okay? Because the power structure, and just general incompetence and shittiness in the human species has resulted in a lot of extraneous and even downright a lot of extraneous information, and then a lot of downright misinformation, disinformation, okay, malinformation, too much of the wrong kinds of information, not enough of the right kinds of information, okay, including the knowledge of how to, yes, think critically, but also the systems thinking. Okay, well, Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai has everything from life skills that you need to know. Okay, stuff that oftentimes gets missed by people's parents, okay? Everything from life skills to, systems engineering. All right? Lots of good health information. Okay, he has like a PhD. He has like 5 degrees from MIT, including a PhD in biological systems engineering, right? And all this other stuff, okay? So he has his knowledge, from what I've seen, is pretty damn good. Okay, and he's the kind of guy I could actually sit down and have a conversation with it. Any holes he has in his thinking or his logic, I could help him with them, and he'd actually listen. It's one of the few people on earth that would actually listen to sound reasoning. Right? Like, for example, he's mentioned that truth should be a verb, right? Because it's really a process. Well, no, that's... See, I heard him say this. See, I could actually help him out. All right? Just so you know that I'm not bullshitting, okay? And that I do know a lot of this shit. And so when I'm telling you this guy's got the goods, he's got the goods. It's like he's mentioning that, yeah, okay, so truth should be a verb, but that's true of all nouns. All nouns are like that. All of them. Okay? See, and that's one of the things I'd like to bring up to him, and he would get it. He would understand what I'm saying. He'd be like, oh, right, because this is the phenomenal world. He could start there. And it's true, everything in the phenomenal, but also everything in the noumenal world is not a thing rather than a happening. All things, I like to say all things are happenings, right? Everything is a phenomenon. We study the natural world, what we're studying is phenomena. Okay, even the atomists, this cult of bumping particles that call themselves particle physicists and shit, these atomists, even they admit that an atom is essentially nothing. Okay, even everything is a happening. There are no real things. There is no real stuff. Okay, well, he noticed this about truth. He's realizing, well, wait a minute, truth is actually a process. Well, yeah, and all nouns are like that. A rock is a phenomenon. Okay, it's not really a thing per se, it's a phenomenon. Okay, but anyway, his course is free to people under 18. Okay, because people need skin in the game, and they feel if something's not marked up, they're not getting value. He couldn't give it away for free outright. So what he does is, if you're over 18, he'll charge you $100, right? Or you can just agree to complete the course, get certified, and do some work on the ground, which is probably just handing out flyers for him or whatever. Okay, so it's still essentially free, and free to anybody under 18. All right. But if you don't want to agree to join his campaign, you want to take the course, I guess you could just give him $100, whatever. Okay. If you don't want to follow through, you just want to pay him $100 to look at the course but not get certified. You understand this? Right, the certification is something like Truth, Freedom, Health Scholar or whatever, but that's not the point. The point is you need this information. Okay, I brought up Anomaly because it's just one of many examples. People range anywhere from clueless to just downright intentionally lying to you. Okay, the media is all like that. Okay, anyone genuine and sincere gets shadow banned. Okay, and they're going to come after DIY videos too, because they do not want people to be self-sufficient. Alright, who the fuck's they? Well, if you watched Dr. Shiva Ederai's Swarm video, you get an idea what we mean when we say they. Okay, depending on the context, there might be very specific they. I don't ever let people pull that shit where they're like, oh, they. Well, who is they? Because depending on the context of the conversation, I can tell you exactly who they is, specific. So they can't do that. People can't. The they that says, oh, okay, well, they. And it's like, no, those folks don't get to do that because I can tell them exactly who the they is. All right? So the idea here is that you need this information. You need to understand how the world works and how to operate within it, especially as things are becoming more advanced. All right? Really, right now, it's time for a global financial reset. Okay, it's time for a global financial reset. They know that. Okay, I'm not going to take the time to explain how the banking system works. Really, honestly, you should already know this. It's shocking to me how many people don't. But the Federal Reserve System was only expected to be able to last for about 75 to 100 years before it would have to be reset, before there would have to be a massive Great Depression level market correction. And then we have all the technological infrastructure and technology in place for them to institute what they're calling CBDCs, right? So that they can put in their own currency, and they're trying to make it cashless so that not only can everybody's transactions be tracked, but they want to make sure that the currency is programmable so that they can do things like make it expire so you can't save it, have a given expiration date, restrict what it can and cannot be spent on, things like this. Okay, it's total and complete enslavement. All right, and although I doubt they're going to be able to put it in place, that's kind of beside the point. The point is we're going through a major change in civilization right now, regardless of who comes out on top, basically. Okay, this is a real struggle to see if humanity is going to end up becoming completely enslaved by the very worst and most vile criminals amongst us, or if we're going to have a new, and sink into a technocratic nightmare, dystopiaville, or if we are actually going to be able to rise above that and usher in a new renaissance. That's where we're at. Okay, that's this deciding factor. And number one, okay, and the main enemy, the true enemy, is ignorance. Always keep that in mind. Your enemy is ignorance. Always ignorance. Okay? There's another fun cliche that say, choose your friends wisely because your enemies will choose you. Your enemies will choose, don't you, you don't have to make enemies. Okay, they will make you their enemy. Or they will make themselves your enemy. Okay? And the enemy is really anyone who perpetuates ignorance. Okay, is one way to look at that. But they are really vile. Okay, I'm going to spare you any details of the really twisted things some of these folks at the very top of the social hierarchy do. But, we're talking about people like the Kennedys, like the Bushes, and their buddies, the Clintons, these people. They are mass murdering psychos. Okay, you understand this? And yeah, I'm not going to put too much out there as far as the darkness. But yes, definitely check out Dr. Sheila Ayadurai. Okay, he's your new dad now. Okay? I have most of the information he has, really, quite frankly. And some that he doesn't. But I don't have the structure in my life, in place to where I can put together a curriculum that you can fall through, right? I just don't have the luxury right now to sit down and distill everything down into a course. Okay? And he already has that. Okay? And his information is pretty good. Alright? Most importantly, he's going to help you learn how to think. I already know how to think. Bullshit. Bullshit. I don't even believe it. You know what I mean? Like, even my kids would probably way ahead of the masses in terms of critical thinking skills. No. You need more training on how to think. And then, because nobody's asking you to believe anything I say or believe something Dr. Shiva says. You'll be able to test this for yourself because you know how to think for yourself. Okay? So yeah. Dr. Shiva sometimes said things. I've listened to a lot of his interviews. Sometimes he'll say things and I'll be like, dude, no. Like, for example, after he's talking to Owen Benjamin, of course it's after he's talking to Owen Benjamin, he comes out like pushing Khazaria theory, like this claim that Ashkenazim are all descended from the Khazari, and it's just a dumb theory. It really is. I believe there's something to it. I'm sure some Khazaris ended up joining the Ashkenazi bloodline, but it's stupid, dude, please. So there's stuff like that. And even that, though he wasn't irresponsible, he kind of put it out there as if it was true, but he also named the author of the book that this theory comes from. Alright? So, anyway, no. Look, I'm telling you, you need this information. Okay? And don't think that you can get it from anyone else. Yeah, you can get a lot of it from me, but then one thing that I really don't know how to do is take on the system. I don't know how to organize and lead a movement. Okay, that's one thing he does know how to do, that he has been doing since he was a kid. And he can teach you the same. Alright, so he's your new dad now. And no, forget all these other media personalities and celebrities and college professors and all these other people, any of our family members or friends. None of them have the quality information you need to cut through the Gordian knot. Okay? Like Alexander the Great, he went to this town, was it Gordia or whatever, and they have this knot known as the Gordian knot. And according to prophecy, anyone that could untie the Gordian knot would rule Asia. Well, he cut through it. He also died young too, so it's kind of interesting that the prophecy kind of worked out the way it did. He conquered Asia, but he didn't last long after that. But borrowing from this, making a metaphor out of this, yes, this situation, this mess that you're in, this global financial reset that we're going through right now, it's a Gordian knot. Okay? If you just look at it, you're going to get a bunch of misinformation, disinformation, and just too much, extraneous information. Okay, and you're not going to understand what's going on, and you're going to... It really sucks for you. It really sucks for you. Like, if you didn't know about what was really going on with the COVID thing, which many of us did. Many of us already knew what the heck was going on with that. For real, we tried to tell people, and of course we were censored badly. If you didn't already know, You could have ended up really getting hurt, or even causing people that you know to get hurt. You understand this? So you need this information, okay? Just even the basic health, even the health information, right? You have to learn how to be your own doctor or physician, certainly your own, general health practitioner, okay? And you need to learn to be your own attorney too, quite frankly. All right? He also teaches entrepreneurship. All right? There's absolutely no excuse not to study the information this guy has at his disposal. You can waste shit tons of time and energy trying to get information from other sources. Okay? Like, you could literally spend decades at a major university before you can finally piece together all the information that he's already distilled down into a curriculum. You understand this? So there's absolutely no excuse not to study this guy. Basically, if you're getting information from anybody else without becoming certified as a truth teller, let's call it some good shit. Truth, Freedom, Health Warrior Scholar, something like that. If you don't go through that course like multiple times, you have no business trying to get information from anywhere else. Okay? I'm telling you. Like, you're literally wasting your time if you're trying to get this sort of information elsewhere. Once you've gone through the course several times, then maybe if you want, you can read other books on the subject. If you want, you can try to reverse engineer, go through all the source documents that he cites, whatever. Okay, but this is very important. Get this information, get it now. And you could get most of the really important shit from me, but you're not even asking. Okay, so why would I think that you even listen to me? Alright, and again, I don't know how to create and lead a movement. I don't know how to organize a movement. Okay? Like, I try to do the lone wolf thing, and that's not a good plan. Okay, the lone wolf thing is just not a good plan. Alright, what's going on right now, the things that need to be done require a movement. Movements, really. Multiple movements in different areas. Alright, so that's about all. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this video.